Hi, my name is Annette Panzak, and I'm one of the real estate instructors at College of DuPage. Uh, I teach both of the real estate pre-licensing courses, including the 60-hour portion, which is course number 1130, and also the 15-hour interactive portion, which is the Applied Real Estate Principles, which is an interactive course as well. I teach the evening classes, which for fall and I believe in spring too, will be going from Monday and Wednesday evenings from 6 p.m. until 8:50 p.m. Courses are specifically designed for preparation for the real estate exam to get your license with the state of Illinois. Pretty much any demographic it will appeal to. It could be someone who is actually intending to get their license, which you only need to be 18 in order to get a license. So it could be someone who is looking for that type of career to go into it immediately. It could also be for someone who is looking for career change, or maybe is even retired and is just looking for an extra way to make some money, or just to, some time. But it's not just specifically for someone looking to get their license. I think it can really benefit anyone who wants to learn more about the real estate industry and the regulations that surround it. I myself started when I was 18 in the business over 30 years ago. And I started in the rental side of it and the rental finding side of it, got into leasing, then got into property management, and then got into sales. And then many years down the road, ended up getting into teaching as well. So there's a lot of different demographics and people of all walks of life. If this is something that interests them, it's a great career to try to get into. It's an online course for now, and that's due to COVID-19. And it is an interactive course, meaning that it is live. One of us, myself and my fellow instructor, he teaches the daytime classes. We are live in front of the students the entire time teaching the course. Each course lasts for, or I should say class lasts for 3 hours each. There are 23 sessions in the first class and then 6 in the second. The hours do include, though, a comprehensive review session so that students are well prepared, not just for the final that they're going to be taking, but also for the state exam. Well, as you can tell, real estate, but real estate encompasses a lot of things. Property rights, we go over seller relationships and counseling, buyer relationships and counseling. We go over the industry of real estate as a whole, the laws that surround real estate brokers. Students learn about contracts and contract law, leases, property management, land development, title procedures, property values, taxes, transfer of property, real estate math, appraisal, financing, foreclosure and distressed property. And then we also go over a lot on fair housing and discrimination issues that come up in the real estate industry. Wonderful thing about this program is that students are not just given a book to read. They have supplemental materials that go over issues in real estate that are outside of the book that we use. And we use a very good book, by the way, but there are issues that are not covered in the book. So we don't just teach to the book, we teach to the actual industry and what students are going to need well beyond just taking the test. They're going to get math handouts. We're going to go over the different math problems that work with real estate. And so even if math is not your forte, you will understand what you're going to need to know. And these things are designed so that once a student gets their license and gets into the industry, they can use these as reference materials. And I think that's a real important aspect of the COD program. And also students are more than free to call either myself or the other instructor and ask questions. I have students, I've been now teaching for over 10 years, and I have students that call me from many, many years ago that I've taught, that call, ask me questions, and I'm more than happy to answer their questions and help them along if they need it. I think mainly it's because our course is just not designed just to pass the class. Although passing the class and passing the state exam are very important if one wants to get their license, but it's also that after getting the license and knowing what is going to be expected of you in the business and what career paths there are, as well as having real life examples and scenarios that students are going to go through in the classroom situation. So when they do get their license and something happens, it may not be a shock or like, what do I do now? Because we do role playing and they do get a very good idea of what they're going to need to know in their first, few months and even first few years in the business. Depends on what part of real estate they want to go into, because there are a lot of different career paths in real estate. Most students who go on to get their license end up becoming real estate sales in that aspect of it. So that broker's license, then they're going to work for a brokerage, and then they're going to help people with buying a home or selling a home or renting a property out. In those cases, they're going to be independent contractors. And an independent contractor, the nice thing about that, and I've been an independent contractor my entire adult career, in that aspect, they're going to have some control over the days and times that they work. So it's great if somebody needs that flexibility. You're going to be choosing how you work and when, but it does take some discipline. If somebody's looking more for an employee type of job, there is that opportunity as well in property management. They could get into development, investment, and even some of the sales positions are more of an employee base where you would get a W-2 as opposed to being an independent contractor. Right now, the real estate business, even with COVID-19, has been very active. Properties are not staying on the market very long. Of course, that's always subject to change. One thing interesting about the real estate industry is it is completely dynamic, constantly changing. It's never, ever the same, and I absolutely love that about it.